Hello, my beautiful souls, and welcome to the Wicked Exposed channel, where I am your divine intuitive messenger, Empress J. To those of you who are new here to the channel, welcome. And to my returning soul tribe members, welcome back once again as we pick our way through these wicked tarot screeds. Over here, we sugarcoat nothing when it comes to these intuitive messages. Why? Because Spirit wants you to get all the smoke when it comes to these wicked energies. And with that being said, my loves, at the end of this intuitive message, if you like the way that Spirit uses this vessel to give you the confirmation that was needed to start your healing journey, then by all means, my love, hit that like, share, and subscribe, and come back with the Empress J Tribe. I would love to have you as another one of my returning Soul Tribe members. Out here on the table, my loves, we already have our two rows of energies, which consist of current energies, which is our first row, second row of energies, or thoughts of the mind, or words that are spoken in a way that's going to pertain to these current energies. I've also welcomed in the divine and prayed and meditated over these energies with him. I've also welcomed in my lovely, holy, and spiritual angels, along with my lovely, holy, and spiritual ancestors of Master Readery. So we're all tuned in and ready to deliver to you what Spirit wants you to know at this moment in time when it comes to this situation. So when it comes to these current energies, my loves, which is our first row of energies, out here on the table, my love, these current energies pertain to a twin flame connection, right? These current energies pertain to a twin flame connection where one of you that's in this twin flame connection is going through an 11-11 phase, which I feel like that twin flame is you, the divine feminine, my loves, okay? You are the one who is in this twin flame connection that's going through an 11-11 phase of having gone through this spiritual awakening and having these new beginnings, right? And your twin flame, this masculine, is going to be highly upset about it, right? Keep in mind, my love, these current energies may be past, present, or future. So this situation may be past, present, or future. So you have to apply this intuitive message in the time frame of which it resonates with you, okay? And so as I was saying, right, this is a twin flame connection where one of you two has gone through this 11-11 phase, right? Is going through this 11-11 phase. Has gone, is going, will be going, past, present, or future when it comes to this situation, okay? So one, when it comes to this twin flame connection, one of you two, are the one that's going through this 11-11 phase. And I feel like it's this divine feminine that's gone through this 11-11 phase of a spiritual awakening and are having these new beginnings, right? When it comes to this twin flame connection, right? And this masculine is not gonna like it, right? Because he can't be a part of these new beginnings that you are having, right? Why? Because this masculine, during the time that this situation occurs, this masculine gonna be in this runner chaser energy, right? And still wanting to have this twin flame connection with you, right? But he can't, because you gonna be, like I said, in this 11-11 phase, having this spiritual awakening and also these new beginnings. So you're gonna know what's going on once this masculine tries to return, right? And so yeah, once this masculine tries to return, that's gonna be in this runner chaser energy, right? So you're gonna already know, divine feminine, what's going on with this masculine, right? And so, like I said, divine timing is going to be at play when it comes to this twin flame connection, right? Because a major backfire is going to occur, right, on this masculine, right? So something this masculine is doing going to get exposed, right? Something this masculine is doing going to get exposed during the time that he's going to be in this runner chaser energy, right? Something this masculine doing is going to be exposed. And like I said, he's going to try to get back in this twin flame connection with you, but he can't, because you already gonna know what the hell is going on, right? You already gonna know what the hell is going on, and so that's what this major backfire gonna be. This masculine gonna get this major backfire for trying to get back into your energy, right? And he's not gonna be able to, because you already know what's going on, all right? And so divine timing is gonna come into play with you as well, right? Because this masculine that's gonna come back in this runner chaser energy, he's not gonna be expecting for you to be going through this 11-11 phase, right? Because when it comes to you, you're gonna be, this woman that's of high value, right? The Empress. You're gonna be in the Empress energy once this masculine tries to come back to you in this runner chaser energy. You're gonna be in the Empress energy, a woman who's of high value, looking beautiful and sexy, right? And something you could be doing in the public eye, right? Something you could be doing in the public eye that's giving off this abundant, confident type of look when it comes to you, right? And that's why this woman who's on the bottom of the deck is envy of you, right? She's envy of the fact that you are this woman who's of high value, the Empress, right? That's looking very beautiful, sexy, and something you're doing in the public eye could be, giving off this abundant, confident type of look when it comes to you, right? So that's what she's being a hater about, is you, right? So this woman on the bottom of the deck has something to do with this situation with you and this masculine, right? She's the one that's the hater, right? Who gonna be doing some spiteful things, right? Because she gonna let her jealousy, right? She gonna let her jealousy take over her so much that she's not gonna be able to handle, you being the Empress and looking beautiful and sexy and abundant, and this masculine wanting to get back into your energy, right? And this masculine wanting to get back into your energy, right? Because see, she was the one who was in this infatuation energy when it comes to this masculine, right? Who gonna be in denial about having anything to do with her, right? And so that's what's gonna turn up this obsession she has for him, right? Because she was feeling like the attraction was mutual between. She was thinking this attraction was mutual between these two, right? And only to discover that this masculine was living a double life, right? Only to discover this masculine was living a double life and was being the liar when it came to her, right? And was being the liar when it came to her, right? That's what's gonna make her show him, a side of her that he's not expecting to see, right? Because of this deception that he was doing when it came to her, right? And so I feel like she gonna, mirror back to him the same type of deception that he was doing to her, right? Because he was in, another relationship with you, right? For being in another relationship with you, right? Because as we head down here to this next row of energies, to our second row of energies, right? Once this divine timing come into play, with you being in this 11-11 phase of having gone through a spiritual awakening and are having these new beginnings, right? Like I said, this masculine gonna be, in this runner chaser energy, trying to get back into your energy, right? Before something comes up about him, right? before this backfire occurs, and once divine timing come into play, and you be in this 11 phase of this spiritual awakening and going through and having these new beginnings, you you you're the one. Once divine timing come into play, you're the one that's gonna be in this non-committed energy, right? You're the one that's gonna be in this non-committed energy. When it comes to this twin flame connection, that you're not gonna be, see how her head is turned, that you're not gonna be even thinking about even anymore. You're not gonna be thinking about this masculine nor this twin flame connection that you once had with him, right? And so that's what's gonna have him, highly upset, because he's gonna have to be the runner chaser when it comes to you, right? And you're not even paying him no mind, right? You're not even paying this masculine any mind, right? And he not gonna be able to stand it, right? But that's what this backfire is about. You being in this non-committed energy and not paying this masculine nor this twin flame connection any more not any more attention, not giving it any more of your, not giving this twin flame connection any more of your energy, or even thinking about giving it any of your energy, right? Because you already know, right? You already know what the hell was going on with this masculine, right? Being in this runner chaser energy when he was in this connection with you, he was more than likely in this runner chaser energy after someone else, right? That's how this twin flame connection, got destroyed, right? And now this masculine is feeling like, you got this new love, right? That's what this masculine is feeling. It's because you got this new love, right? That's why you're not thinking about him or this twin flame connection, because he's feeling like you got this new love, right? Somebody that's, giving you this renewed hope. And so this could possibly be a new love that you have in your life, or this could just be, how this masculine is feeling, that you have a new love. That's the reason why you're not paying him any attention or even thinking about getting back in this twin flame connection with him, right? But this could just be, or this could just be your energy, you could you this could possibly be a new love, or this could just be you, knowing knowing your self-worth, because you the empress. So this could either be a new love, or this just you knowing and knowing the person that you are, the energy that you in, and and the high value that you hold. So this could just be your energy, and this masculine just feeling like, it's a new love in your life. But this could just be you and how you think and feel about yourself, because you're the empress, so you're this woman who's of high value, right? And so that's the reason why this masculine, wants his soulmate back, because this was supposed to be an everlasting love between the two of you, right? Between the two of you. And so he feeling, like I said, like, this could, you have a new love, but it's possible you do, but this could just be your energy, how you feel and think about yourself, right? A woman who's of a high value status now, right? And so that's why, like I said, this masculine wants his soulmate back, because this was something that was supposed to be everlasting between the two of you, right? But somehow he got involved with this woman here, who's the hater, right? That's in this infatuation energy when it comes to this masculine. And, he's going to be in denial about having anything to do with her. And so that's what's going to turn this, turn this obsession on with him, right? Because she was the one that was thinking this attraction was mutual between the two of them. Come to find out, is not. And so That's what's gonna make her intuition turn up a notch, right? That's what's gonna get her intuition turned up a notch, right? Her inner knowing, right? That her inner knowing that this masculine was being a liar when it came to her and was living a double life by being in a relationship with you, right? So that's what that's what gonna make her show her true colors, right? And gonna mirror back this same type of deception that he was doing when it came to her back at him, right? For being a liar, right? For being a liar, right? For being this liar that was living a double life. So we're gonna get ready to get into the tarot and see what caused this situation to occur when it comes to this masculine that was living a double life, right? And was in a twin flame connection with you while running and chasing after this other woman who done got obsessed, right, with him, and thinking that these two got the same type of attraction for one another, only to discover that this masculine will be in denial about her, right? Because he's now in this runner chaser energy when it comes to you, right? Because he don't want something to get exposed about him being with this woman, right? But divine timing is at play when it comes to this situation, and so it's gonna get exposed. This is a major This what this divine timing is about. This major backfire, that's gonna get exposed about what this masculine was doing what this masculine was doing, which was living a double life with you that he was in this twin flame connection with, and this other woman that he's being a liar about, right? Yeah, because once she discovered that this masculine, once this other woman discovered that this masculine was being a liar, right, and was the cause of this deception, that's what's gonna make her, show her true colors, right? And he not gonna be expecting to see this side of her, right? This side of her, yeah, this side of her. That's what's gonna cause him. That's what's gonna cause him. That's what's gonna cause this hurting, right? That's what's gonna cause him to be hurting. The fact that she gonna mirror back this same type of deception back at him that he was doing to her. That's what's gonna cause him to be hurting and being in this agonizing pain because of what she gonna do. Because of what she gonna do. Excuse me. Because of what she gonna do, which is mirror back the same type of deception back at him that he was doing with her. He was doing to her for being in another relationship with you, right? Excuse me. Because on the bottom of the deck, right, this masculine could not have felt like you would be the one, right, who was undecided about him. This masculine could have never, felt like you would be in this, undecided energy when it came to him in this twin flame connection, right? He could have never, felt like you would be the one that would be in this undecided energy when it came to him, right? He could have felt like he could always, run in and out of your life, and he can't do that no more. He's not gonna be able to do that no more because you done gone through this 11 phase. So he's not gonna be able to do the same bull crap with you that he was doing in the beginning of this twin flame connection. Because when he come back, you're gonna be in this 11 phase. And you're not gonna be trying to see it, hear it, or none of that mess he had going on. So we're gonna get into the tarot to see what causes. You could have this masculine block too. You could have this masculine block. That's why you can't get back in your energy. You could have this masculine block too. Yep. Yeah, this masculine blocked out your energy. So, all right, Holy Spirit. Let's get into the tarot to see what caused this situation to occur. Okay. Okay. So, I feel like this is you, divine feminine. Whoa. Oh, girl. I don't even know how that. I feel like this is you, divine feminine. It was because you found out something once you found out something once you start going through this 11-11 phase. I feel like this was you who found out something about what this masculine was doing while he was in this twin flame connection with you. That's why he, that's why he, that's why he, in this round of chaser energy, trying to hurry up and get back in your good graces, right? Because he's feeling like this backfire about to occur, and he trying to hurry up and get back in your energy before it does, right? But it's too late. I feel like it's too late. It's too late because you done already found out something, right? And that's why he can't get back in your energy with having these new beginnings with you. That's what this divine timing is about. This major backfire done came up, and you done found out something, right? You done found out something that this masculine was doing while he was in this twin flame connection with you, right? Bottom of the deck, right? So divine timing is in the play when it comes to this player, right? Because you found out something. You found out something. Ooh. You found out something about this Rana, right? You found out something this Rana was doing while he was in this twin flame connection with you, right? And so yeah, you found out something this Rana was doing while he was in this twin flame connection with you, and so that's what this divine timing is about. You found out something this Rana was doing because you were in this 11-11 phase of going through a spiritual awakening, so you know what the hell was going on. You know what the hell going on. Excuse me. You know what the hell going on. You know what the hell going on with this runner, cause you now this woman who's of high value, the Empress, right? The Empress who got this runner, running and chasing after you, right? Because you looking all beautiful and sexy and things, and like I said, something you could be doing in the public eye that's giving off this abundant, confident type of energy, right? That's why this runner is, running and chasing after you, because he's trying to be a part of these new beginnings, right? But he can't, right? But he can't, because he got this one other woman in this infatuation energy, right? He got this other woman in this infatuation energy that he didn't know, right? Has this sex addiction, right? That he didn't know has this sex addiction, right? And so it's like he's in denial of having anything to do with her, and that's what got her, in this obsession energy over him, right? Because she don't know she got this sex addiction, and so it's like she thinking that this is attraction, but it's not. It's only because she got this sex addiction, and don't know nothing about it. I don't know, I don't know. that she has it. She just thinking this is an attraction between, you know, these two, right? And so, you know, and so this sex addiction done rubbed off on this masculine, and so now he has this sex addiction because of her. That's why he was living this double life, right? That's why he was living this double life, right? And you know, she gonna discover, you know, that this masculine was, you know, being a liar and living this double life while he was, you know, being with her, um and causing this deception, right? Causing and being the one to cause this deception. And so that's why she gonna mirror back at him the same type of deception that he was doing towards her, right? For being, you know, for being, because he wanted to be in another relationship, right? And she didn't know that this was gonna be a lost opportunity for her, right? She didn't know that. She didn't know, or she didn't feel like this would be, you know. She either didn't know or didn't feel like this would be a lost opportunity for her, right? That's why, you know. That's why, you know, she was so envy. That's why she was so envy of you, divine feminine, because, you know, this masculine is gonna be running chasing after you, right? This masculine gonna be running chasing after you, and see, she feeling like, you know, you this woman who is of high value because, you know, the empress is what she is, you know, a beautiful, sexy, um, um, you know, and to others, right? That's how other people view her, anyway. That's beautiful, sexy, and so she's doing, like I said, she's doing something in the public that could be giving off abundant and confident type of energy. And see, this woman that's envy of you, she knows that this masculine is back, you know, in this energy of running and chasing after you. That's why she this hater, right? That's why she this hater when it comes to you, and gonna start doing, you know, some little spiteful things, because she don't let her jealousy take over about the fact that this masculine was being a liar when it come to her and running and chasing after you, right? Who gonna be in this non-committed energy when this masculine come, when, you know, once divine timing come into play, and this masculine, you know, gonna be running chasing after you gonna be in this non-committed committed energy, committed energy, right? And that's what's gonna be, you know, that's what's gonna have this masculine upset, because, you know, he he he's 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 he'll have to be in this runner chaser energy. I mean, to get back in connection with you, right? And you who gonna be, you know, this woman that's independent, not even, you know, not even thinking about this masculine or this twin flame connection, right? Because, you know, once you found out something about this masculine that's in this runner chaser energy, um that's gonna have you highly upset that he's trying to get back in, you know. That's gonna have you highly upset that he's trying to even get back in your energy, right? Because what this something, what you found out, right, is you didn't know that this runner, right? Because what you found out is that this you didn't know that this masculine has this STD, right? So this is the something that you found out. You didn't know that this masculine had this STD, right? Which could be a sexually transmitted demon or a sexually transmitted disease, right? This is what this divine feminine found out, that this masculine that she didn't know. was that this masculine has this sexually transmitted demon, right? From being in this runner energy. And so, the Empress not having that. The Empress not having this runner back in her life. This runner know this Empress not having. This runner know this Empress is not gonna want him back in her life after what she found out, right? And so, you know, so this runner, in the energy of, feeling like you got a new love, right? And so this could, like I said, this could possibly be a new love, right? That's giving you renowned hope, who's not gonna want to be in the energy of wanting to fight. But this runner is when it comes to you. Right? This new love is not gonna wanna fight, but this runner I feel like is, right? This runner is. This runner is, right? Because he wants his soulmate back. And this was something that was supposed to be everlasting, but between the two of you. That's what he feel, right? But this problem solver, this problem solver got this sex addiction that he don't know about. And it came from this woman who's in this infatuation with him, right? And so that's what that's what he is in denial about. That's what this masculine is in denial about. That he has this sex addiction because of her, right? And so her obsession and this sex addiction that she has, which done rubbed off on him, is what's making her think that, these two has the same type of attraction about each other, right? This sex addiction is what got her thinking that these two, has the same type of attraction for each other, and they don't, right? And so, once this woman, peeped that this masculine was living a double life and was being a liar when it came to her, that's what's gonna make her mirror back this deception back at him for being a liar, because he was in another relationship with her, right? And so she gonna know that this is a lost opportunity, she gonna know that this is a lost opportunity for her, being in a relationship with him. That's why she gonna, mirror back this same type of a deception back at this masculine, right? Because he blocked her, right? He blocked her once she started, once she discovered that he was in another relationship. He blocked her, and that's what's gonna make her show him a side of her. That's what's gonna make her show him a side of her that he ain't expecting to see, right? Because he blocked her, right? He blocked her, and her inner knowing, that he was, being a liar and living a double life, is what's gonna cause her to, do some type of a deception back at him for being blocked, right? And so that's why he gonna be hurting. That's what's gonna have him hurting and agonizing pain. Is this deception that she gonna do? Is this deception that she gonna mirror back on this player, right? Yeah, cause she got evidence. That this masculine has this sexual transmitted demon, right? And and this divine feminine has and this divine feminine also found out, that this masculine has this sexual transmitted demon, right? And so Both of these two, this divine feminine and this other woman, you know, found out something about this masculine having this sexually transmitted demon. That's why, you know, that's why the divine feminine, you know, is in this non-committed energy when it comes to this twin flame. Wait, that's why this divine feminine was in this non-committed energy, because she didn't know that, you know, this STD was rubbing off on her during the time when, you know, these two were in this twin flame connection, right? She didn't know that this STD was rubbing off on her during the time when they was in this twin flame connection, right? Yeah, she didn't know. That's what she found out. That's what this divine feminine, which is you, which could be you, collective. That's what you found out. You didn't know that this STD had rubbed off on you, which was the reason why you were in this non-committed energy when it came to this twin flame connection. And now, you know, that's what this major backfire is. This runner, this masculine is in this runner tracer energy trying to get back in your good graces because he know that you found out something about him having this STD and that rubbed off on you, right? And that's why he can't, you know, get back in. You know, that's why he can't get back in, you know. He can't get back in your energy, right? Because you know this runner know that you're this woman who is of high value because you know you the empress that's you know being viewed as being beautiful and sexy and doing, like I said, doing something in the public that's giving off this abundant confident type of energy. That's why this runner wants to get back in your energy, right? But you know you could have you know this, you could have this new love. You could have this new love now, and that don't, you know, that's giving you this renewed hope, and you know it's not trying to fight this runner, right? It's not trying to fight this runner, right? This runner who could be, you know, who could be doing mirror magic to get this new love to want to fight, right? Who could be using mirror magic to get this new love of yours to want to fight, right? Because this runner wants you back. You know, this runner wants you back. Could be doing, you know, mirror magic to get this new love to want to fight because this runner, you know, want you back because he feels like y'all two are soulmates, and this was something that this problem solver, you know, wanted to be everlasting, right? Right, and didn't want his soulmate to, you know, didn't want his soulmate to know that he was, you know, being sneaky with this woman who had this sex addiction, right? He didn't want his soulmate to know that he was being sneaky, right? With this other woman who has this sex addiction, right? And I got, you know, obsessed with him, thinking that, you know, this was attraction, and it won't nothing but this sex addiction that she had and rubbed off on him, and he in denial about having this sex addiction, right? Because that's what backfired, right? That's what backfired. That's what backfired. This sex addiction. That's what backfired, right? That's what backfired. That's what backfired on this player, right? His sex addiction, right? That's the reason he blocked. That's the reason he blocked this other woman that he was in a relationship with, and you know that's what caused her. That's what caused her to mirror back this same type of deception, you know, towards this player, right? Because he was being a liar when it came to her, and wanted to live a double life, right? Wanted to live a double life, but she discovered that, you know, he was in another relationship with you, and that's what turned on this envy. That's what turned on this envy when it came to her, because she know that you know, you the empress, a woman who's of high value, and this who is this masculine is trying to get back in your energy. Who this masculine is trying to get back in your energy, but you ain't having that. You ain't having that. You like, hell no. You like, hell no. Once you found out, this masculine had this STD and it rubbed off on you during the time y'all was in this twin flame connection, you like, oh no. That's a hell no. That's a hell no, okay? And so we got what caused this situation to occur, right? Yeah, because that's what backfired on this player, right? Him having this sex addiction from this woman that, he was being a liar about. And that's what made her, cause some type of deception towards him, right? Cause he was being a liar when it came to her, and she didn't know that this was gonna be a lost opportunity when it came to her, being in a relationship with him, right? Yeah, and so you know, and so this check yourself could have came from one of you two. You are this other woman, right? Could have told this masculine check yourself. But we gonna see as you are this you are this other woman. Could have told this masculine to check yourself, cause you got a STD. Check yourself. You got a STD. You could have went and checked yourself. You could have went and checked. You could have went and checked. You could have went and checked. This could actually be a STD, a sexually transmitted disease. You could have went and checked yourself out, and to make sure he didn't give you no sexually transmitted disease. Once you found out, he was once you found out he was in this runner chaser energy, you could have went and checked yourself to make sure he didn't give you no STD. All right, so we gonna get ready to pull 4 energy cards to see what affected this situation when it comes to this twin flame connection. Let's get an energy card, please. Let's see what affected this situation when it comes to this twin flame connection. I need an energy card, please. Okay. So, this other woman, right? Once she got evidence of this masculine having this sexually transmitted demon, it, and you knowing that, and you found out something, which was this masculine having this sexually transmitted demon. That's what's gonna cause him to need anger management, because of the evidence, right? Because of the evidence that was found out. That's what's because of the evidence that was found out about him, right? Having this STD, right? And you knowing, you and you yeah, and you found out something that he was doing, that he was trying to hurry up and get it back in your energy before it got exposed, right? But your spiritual awakening is what was giving you this emotional intelligence when it came to this Rana, right? When it came to this Rana, right? Your emotional intelligence was giving you, your emotional intelligence was giving you, was giving you your answers to this masculine, right? Being this runner, right? And so, being that you could possibly have this new love who's not going to want to fight, this masculine start using mirror magic to get this person to want to fight, right? So that, he wanted to make you feel like he wanted to make you feel the effect of this mirror magic working on, your new love, right? And it being that, he being that he know you, being that he know you in this energy of having this emotional intelligence, right? Bottom of the deck we got promiscuous, right? Right? Because this runner had bad choices when it came to women, right? That's why he was being sneaky. That's why he was being sneaky, because this problem solver wanted to, still mess with these bad choice of women and have this soulmate connection with you, right? That's how he got this. That's how he got this sex addiction. That's how he got this sex addiction, right? Yeah, because of this hater, right? Because of this hater. Yeah, that's how he got this sex addiction, because of this hater, right? Who had this masculine being sneaky, right? And this backfired on her too, right? Cause he blocked her once she found out once she found out he was in another relationship with you, right? He blocked her, and that's what caused her to show him her side of her that he never seen before, because she didn't see this coming, that this would be a lost opportunity when it came to her, right? And so we're gonna now pull 4 energy blocks. We're gonna pull 4 energy blocks to get what blockages these energies create for themselves when it comes to this situation. Okay, so when it comes to what blockages these energies created for themselves, right? This masculine didn't want to hear, didn't want to hear the word no, right? This masculine didn't want to hear the word. This masculine didn't think that he would hear the word no from you, right? This masculine didn't think that he would hear the word no from you. That's what this anger management is about. This masculine wasn't thinking that he wasn't feeling like he would hear the word no from you, right? But this evidence of having this STD is what made you, oh wait a minute, I'm thinking this masculine wasn't understanding, right? This masculine wasn't understanding where this word no was coming from when it came to you, right? He wasn't understanding where this word no was coming from, right? And it was because of this evidence that you discovered about him, and that's what's giving off that he needs anger management, because this evidence that was discovered about him having this STD, and so he didn't know that you knew he had this STD, and wasn't understanding how he gave this STD to you. He wasn't understanding how he gave this STD to you, and so that could have been something he found out too as well, right? Because of you telling him about this STD, and he not understanding how he gave it to you, right? Because he didn't know he had a STD himself, right? And so But your spiritual awakening and is what gave you the knowing, right? The knowing, right, about this runner, right? And so, who knows that you have this emotional intelligence, right? And so he not gonna want to hear the word no when it comes to you two. That's why he gonna start using this mirror magic, right, to get this new love to want to fight, right? Because this runner wants you back, right? And so this woman that has this sex addiction, right, gonna try to get pregnant, right? Gonna try to get pregnant, right? She could have told him she was pregnant, right? Yeah, she could have been trying to get pregnant by him when he was in his sneaky energy. She could have been trying to get pregnant by him when he was in his sneaky energy. Yeah, she could have been trying to get pregnant by him when he was in his sneaky energy, because this problem solver, wanted his soulmate back, and she had you know, and she had this obsession, right? And she had this obsession, of these two being together, right? During the time that she had this, and so this sex addiction is what had her, it's what had her thinking this was attraction, and it wasn't. And so this hater, didn't know how to accept that this wasn't a victory with her, right? That's what backfired. This hater didn't know how to accept the fact that this wasn't a victory when it came to her being with this masculine, right? That's what backfired on her. And so her inner knowing of knowing that she won't gonna have this victory with being in a relationship with him is how she got blocked for causing some type of deception about when it came to this masculine being a liar about her. That's how she lost this opportunity to be with him, because she caused the same type of deception, right? Of being a liar when it came to her saying, could have told him she was pregnant or whatever, just to stay in a relationship with him, right? Right? And so we gonna I gotta hurry up. We gonna see what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation, right? We're gonna see what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation. We're gonna see what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation. We're gonna see what spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation. Of you being in this twin flame connection with this masculine who still want to have these bad choices of women and have you as his soulmate too. What spirit, I need a card, please. What spirit wants you to know when it comes to this situation with this masculine? I just need one energy card. I just need one. Whew, that's too many. I just need one energy card, please, of the spirit. Okay. Spirit wants you not in this lifetime. Not in this lifetime, collective. Not in this lifetime, collective. Not in this lifetime that you would be with this masculine. Not in this lifetime. Not in this. Spirit wants you to know, not in this lifetime that either you will be with this masculine, or not in this lifetime that this masculine will ever be able to get back into your energy, because you were in this 11 phase. We gonna pull some and so you know what the hell was going on. So this could be a lost opportunity for this masculine as well, right? Because this Taurus This Taurus, which is you, collective, could be the one, right, that was going through this 11-11 phase, right, of having these new beginnings, right? You were the one that found out something about this masculine. You're the one that found out something about this masculine, right? You're the one that found out something about this masculine who was trying to balance out something with you and this other woman, right? Who that you didn't know had this sexual transmitted demon. This just could be a Libra, or this just could be a you were the one that was going through this 11-11 phase and found out something about this masculine, right? Trying to balance out something, trying to balance out something while he was in this Ronald Chaser energy, right? Right? So he could have been in Libra energy, right? All in his feelings, all in his feelings when it came to you, not knowing that he had this sexual transmitted demon with this woman who also has evidence of, on this masculine, right? She could be this Gemini, right? She could be this Gemini who's the reason why this masculine was gonna need anger management, because she done blow things all out of proportion because of the evidence that she has on this masculine, right? Who could be this masculine who gonna turn into the devil, right? Who gonna turn into the devil. That's why he needing this anger management, right? Because he done got cold when it came to this Gemini. He done got cold towards his Gemini, right? Because he all upset about the fact that you having this new love, right? You loving this new love, and so he want to get your new love heated up, right? He could be an Aries. He could be an Aries. He want to get this new love heated up, right? Because he, by throwing shots at him to get him in the energy, by throwing shots at his mirror magic at him to get him in the energy of wanting to fight this Rana, right? He wanting to fight this Rana, right? Who want to fight this Rana that's this Rana who trying to be smart, right? Who trying to be smart, who think who thinking he can outsmart, outsmart the Empress, right? Who thinking he can outsmart the Empress because he in his feelings, right? Because this Virgo, because this Virgo still wants to be with this Empress, right? Yeah, and so that was your reading, collective. And if this message resonated with you, I was glad to be the vessel used from Spirit to give you the confirmation that was needed to start your healing journey. And until next time, my loves, we meet on this lovely Wicked Tarot Streets. My beautiful kings and queens, stay blessed and take care.